Like social media, like Twitter, Instagram.
I use Instagram, Snapchat.
I check my email a lot on my phone.
Sometimes Facebook, and I also use it to like text.
Yeah, I use it for my alarm, and I use reminders a lot.
Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn.
I mean, like, depends on how you define obsession, but I think for sure, even just our age group in general. I think it starts, a lot of times you'll like check the time, but then you end up opening it and opening Instagram or the news.
Sometimes like when I'm out to like a restaurant or something, I'll see a lot of families sitting around just like on their phones, and that really bugs me.
I think there are times when you're able to put it away and do your activities and be present with people. I think it's helpful to have on hand, like especially because like part of our job is to be educated, and like for me education happens all the time. But I think there are certainly times where it's a hindrance instead of a benefit.
So I've worked at Hope for a while, and it has been fascinating to watch how cell phone use has shifted, well, and even laptops have just shifted the way students work, because it used to be that students would come to college and they'd bring their answering machine and their desktop computer, and now it's like so much less to carry, but it's always something that's with them. So the phone is always there, and I think with smartphones specifically, just everything that people access is different.
I use social media all the time on my phone. I mean, I guess it's like, if I say hourly, probably like at least 2 hours, I mean, on my phone, just like at the dinner, like even at like lunch tables or in Phelps. I text my friends. Like I'm in college, I don't get to see them anymore so much, so try and stay in communication with them.
Here's like a weird perspective. I'm a student again. I'm working on my doctorate, and so the first time I went to school, it was without technology because I'm that old. And now my cohort, the people that I'm in school with, rely on GroupMe as a format for communicating and connecting. And I have some really strong feelings, love-hate relationship with GroupMe. And I have found that there are certain students that use it as a forum for complaining about everything related to class assignments and class in general. Some people who don't really engage, and then other people like me who just feel stress as a result of everybody else's experience. So like my prior student life, I wouldn't have that at all. I wouldn't know what other people were thinking unless they called me on the landline. But now it's just like ever present. What is this person in my class thinking about whatever? And that has been stressful to me. So that, like, I know I'm a different generation than college students today, but that has been a way that I have seen technology personally as a student again.
Yeah, I think so. I actually specifically remember I was out to breakfast with a friend, and at the table next to us, there was a man and a woman, and he had like a game up propped on his phone, like behind the napkins or whatever, and he was like playing, and she was trying to talk to him, and he was like half talking to her and then being distracted. So like, I feel like things like that happen far more than we realize, or you'll feel a text while you're talking to a friend and kind of stop the conversation to like look and be like, oh, sorry, but you still just like those interruptions, and depending on the person, it can be worse or better. But
if I were a college student and I didn't have technology, I don't think I'd do as well as I do now. I mean, I think it'd be a lot different. I think it'd be harder.
I think on the one hand, it makes life easier, and people are like better connected. But on the other hand, I think that it can lead to maybe some not as positive effects, like you're interacting with your phone instead of a human being. And like maybe that's a value I have, but I think being with people is important. So, and developing skills to be able to communicate person to person as opposed to person to phone, I think is important too.
I think there's both good and bad things with technology. So I think that if we like focus on more of the good things and how it can help us like as a society, then it wouldn't be really seen as a bad thing anymore for like younger generations.